40, real short-arm player. Now, this guy's interesting because he's a finesse player who uses good initial quickness to get position. So what that means is he's just going to get his body in between his defender and the hole, and he does a good job of then competing long enough in order for running backs to then get to the second level. Look, he had some trouble as far as pass protection with guys like David Bryan when he played against Florida. Did a good job against Daron Payne for the most part. Was able to compete. But this is a guy who plays very tall, gets a little bit too stiff in terms of his movement style, and once you extend him down the field, that's where his value starts to go downhill. But he's a great competitor. He's a one-position player. He's just going to play center in the league.
Well, the interesting thing here is this one we do know. Will Clapp was a permanent captain at LSU. His father, Tommy, led it on the defensive line at LSU from 84 to 87, and he was also named a permanent team captain. Tommy and Will Clapp are the only father-son permanent team captains in the history of LSU football, and his brother Matt was a walk-on fullback last year for the Tigers. We have another Alabama player.
Yes, sir.
Off the board. That makes 12.
Josh Frazier, the defensive tackle of Pittsburgh Steelers, bring him in as a 7th-round pick. Now, he was a 4-year player at Alabama. Saw time in 42 games. 2017, played all 14 games senior year. Never started. No production, really. 28 tackles. 2 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss. This guy is a space eater, a classic space eater. He's massive, Mel. He's 6'3", 321 pounds. He's got 34.5-inch arms, big hands. He latches on. He's going to take up space. Not going to make any plays for you, but he's going to occupy space. I think he comes in and he battles Daniel McCullers and sees if he can get that backup job behind Javon Hargrave as the nose tackle and that 3-4 defense for the Steelers.
Yeah, what you think about is Alabama, with all the talent they have, a backup type. Say it was a Kentucky, another program in the SEC, he would be a starter, and he would be probably a more highly rated player. So they're saying, okay, we can bring a kid in who didn't able to get a lot of playing time there as a starter, but it was just because it's Alabama. How many players they have drafted now? 12. Yeah, a dozen players drafted from Nick Saban. Nick Saban, known him for a long time. We know he wins championships, but the ability to develop players and coach them up and get them ready, this is year in and year out. This doesn't end. The SEC in general never ends. Everybody wants to take shots at the SEC. And, hey, they always take shots at the best, Lou. Absolutely. They're the best for a reason, and you can tell that every draft day, 1, 2, and 3. And how many Alabama and how many SEC players keep just flying off the board here.
All right, we got another quarterback off the board. Staying in the AFC North, the Bengals take quarterback Logan Woodside, Mel.
Yeah, I compared him earlier to Case Keenum, and I really believe he's about a timing touch passer, can move around enough, just has a lot of grit time to his game. He understands it. He gets the most out of what he has. There's a place for these guys, and obviously putting up numbers in that conference with an offense that can score. Unfortunately, they even had the injury to one of their top receivers. You're talking about a kid who throws the ball accurately, can, I think, expand the field enough, just enough arm strength. I'll say he's going to be Case Keenum once he's in the league.
Yeah, he's a gym rat. The best tape I thought was against Miami. Really played really well early in the season against that Miami Hurricane defense and gave a lot of teams trouble. Now, here's a tech guy. I really like this guy. I think he's got a chance to stick in the league. Watch this play here. It's a double post concept. He's going to see the high-end safety, that the top safety is going to bail out. Climbs the pocket, feels the pressure. His instinct, instead of bailing to the right or left, when you get outside pressure, you got to climb the pocket, keep your eyes down the field, and then locate your receiver, throws the ball kind of on the move, but with good technique, and throws a strike. Then full field progressions. He does this. You know, you look at this offense, and it's up-tempo, it's shotgun, but he does go through full field progressions. You see him working one, then to the left, and then all the way back to the right side and throws accurately. So to me, I thought Woodside might even come off the board a little bit earlier. He's got a lot of ability. He doesn't have the prototypical size, only 6'1", 213 pounds, but I wouldn't bet against this guy. This guy hanging around for a few years and becoming a good backup in the NFL. I really believe he has it. He has what you look for the mental makeup and the competitiveness, and he put up some big-time numbers in this offense. 4-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, and with 29-10 as a starter at Toledo.
Well, look, 10,514 passing yards, the Rockets' all-time leading passer, and again, 93 touchdowns, as you said, almost 4-to-1, 25 interceptions. So it may be the offense, but he ran that offense very, very, very well. Okay. We're now up to pick 251. We're in the final 5 picks of the draft. the Chargers are now making that selection. The Chargers, of course, went heavy on the defense in the first few picks of the draft, trying to shore up what was been the middle of the field, the soft underbelly for them, which was difficult. They picked up a couple of offensive players in the later rounds of this draft, and now the question becomes, where do we think they go at 251?
Really?
Well, hold on. Don't even go there. Here comes the announcement. Let's go inside and listen to what the Chargers are going to do.
I was going to make a prediction.
Now you want.
With the 251st pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the always in my heart San Diego Chargers select